Good morning, sports fans. We are at Silverstone. Imagine that. For a test day before the Silverstone Festival, Motor Racing Legends test day. The car that we're going to be driving today is owned by Sean Lynn, the owner of Motor Racing Legends, and it's really nice of him to give me really nice of him to give me a run in it. So thank you very much, firstly, right out front of the video, to Motor Racing Legends for the opportunity to drive what I'm going to drive today, and that is a car which I remember from the era where I was racing prototypes, but I raced with the winners of the GT Academy series of competitions. It is the Nissan GT-R GT3, full-on GT3 car of yesteryear, and it is an absolute beast. Front-engine GT3 car. I'm testing it, excitingly, because I'm going to be racing it at the Silverstone Festival. So, really excited about that. The only slight downside today, so far, is that it's very rudely decided to rain. So it looks like the weather's going to clear up later in the day. So as you can see, I'm not rushing.
We have arrived. Team Parker running the car. Awesome British GT and Carrera Cup outfit. So really excited about this test. And there she is. Max Lynn's going to do the first run in it. Just make sure it works, the sort of day-to-day driver of the car. And then we're going to wait for it to dry up a little bit. And my run is going to be in a few moments' time.
I'm getting my ass handed to me.
Sorry?
I'm getting my ass handed to me. So I don't know if there's some stuff out there as quick as better, I'll just wang it.
Yeah.
but I don't know. I'm doing 201s.
Yeah. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Those boots are stacked.
Yeah. So I'm doing 201s. It's kind of sketchy out there.
Yeah.
Is that what you got me out on the wall as well?
I got you. I missed you the second time, which would have been a 201.
Race pace last year for the top class boys was about 58.
Okay. Cool.
But
let's see if a better set of tyres do something for me.
They should.
I can go about. I reckon I could go about a second and a bit quicker.
Yeah.
But it was wet.
I think a new set of boots would do the world, and also when it dries up a little bit more. I mean, how much curb are you using?
I'm on a dry line pretty much everywhere.
Okay.
So let's have a look.
First run in the GT-R is done. And car's pretty good. It's on really old tyres at the moment, so it's interesting for us to work out how much of the balance issue is from the tyre and how much of the balance issue is from the car. That had a bit of oversteer from the mid to the exit of the corners. And so just trying to drive around that. I'm also such a classic driver these days that I'm super handsy in it. And I'm so used to lobbing D-types all over the place that I basically, I'm just nowhere near smooth enough in a car. So trying to get that right as well. So we've given the car a little bit more support now across the rear axle to try to keep it a bit more balanced. And we're going to go for another run on a better set of tyres now to see if we can improve both me and the car. I'm still far away from it. There are a couple of technical little things. I need to be up a gear in cops to encourage the rolling speed, and just a bit more drive by numbers, so making sure I'm opening up the slowest part of the complexes need to be fixed. Once I've deliberately fixed those, I'll move up the road as well. The new tyre should help, and that should all put me on the pace of where I should be, is the hope. So, second run coming up.
That's better.
That's better, is it?
It's still
58.6 we got you on, is that right?
Say again?
58.6
Yeah.
we got you on?
Yeah. Thereabouts.
Feel alright?
I can go tenths with the tyre as it is. I can go tenths or seconds faster.
Yeah.
But there's like another level of being a nutcase on the brakes and still making the apex that you can take on the peak of the tyre grip.
Yeah.
So if you gave inevitably, if you gave me another set,
Yeah.
there'd be another 7-8 tenths in it.
Oh, blimey, okay. That's good. 58.6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm much happier with the balance
Yeah.
as it is.
Good.
It's still the same balance,
Yeah.
but it's just masked a bit by the tyre. So you've got one lap where you've got a lovely peak of front end,
Yeah.
and also kind of infinite traction, like you can smash the throttle.
Yeah.
And then after that, you're back into managing traction, which is my biggest issue.
That's the normal thing with this, unfortunately.
Run 2 in the Nissan went really well. So a new set of tyres really sorted it out. So the rear, you get a peak of grip naturally. Did I take the peak of grip exactly? No. I think obviously first set of tyres, I probably could do a bit of a better job on them. Typical racing driver excuse book stuff. But we got down to what is a representative pace for the car. I remember how much now you have to touch their buttons just right to get a lap out of a GT3 car. It's just utterly bizarre, really, having to sort of, you know, play its way around the racetrack. That's the nature of a downforce car. I'm about to jump in something else now, but before that, let me give you a bit of a tour, because I haven't given you the tour yet of the interior of this thing and how it works. So first thing to notice about a GT-R is look at the seating position of it. So the pedals sit on a block that's way above the floor of the car. This is how the GT1 car was when I did a seat fit on that, and that's how the GT3 car is as well. Super high. You sit super high above the actual floor of the car. Inside, let's take a look at what we've got in here. So main ignition, rain light, and those are the lights. So that's your master switch, that's your ignition switch. Fire, which is obviously taped over to stop us setting it off by accident. A fan and a wiper, your starter button there, then your fuel reset button. All of these are just safety switches, they stay on during. You've obviously got the ABS alarm there, which I would imagine is for when the ABS fails, to give you a feel for that, because obviously in these cars you're going quickly, you need the ABS. They're set up to have ABS, so if the ABS fails, you've got a big issue. Engine map is the amount of boost you're running, so that can be selected. That's general, the team will always tell you what you can and can't run. ABS map and TC maps, you're obviously working towards wet, upwards with the ABS maps, working towards dry, I should say, upwards with the ABS maps, and then working towards dry with the TC maps, but they go the other way, which is a tiny bit confusing. That is a reverse lever. In order to get the car in reverse, that's how much we're expecting to take reverse. And there's your brake bias, which operates a bit differently in a GT3 car. You're always managing brake bars, but it's more about corner entry. The display and your cool suit. Then this is a Motec system and your shift lights up here on the dashboard. Flasher button and turn left hand and turn right hand are your indicators, I would imagine. Radio, hit speed, neutral and scroll. Drink reset is for alarms. You'll see me pressing that when we have fuel alarms and so on. And then your page feeding position, really encapsulated right deep in here with your feet down in the tunnel. Obviously you've got the fan system here to cool the driver for the longer range as well. And then there's your pedal box with a big brake pedal for the big brake pedal for the left braking.
That was the final run of the test day, but we did still have a race weekend to prepare for.
Unfortunately, there would be some technical issues with the car over the race weekend. We didn't actually get to finish the race. So instead, I'm going to give you a full talk through of my best lap from this test day and show you how I improved going into the race weekend, basically pick out everything that's wrong with it. So this is where I needed to go next in order to get more performance from the GT-R. The changes I needed to make were pretty technical but followed a relatively simple thread. I was upsetting the car a little bit too much on the brake pedal, not carrying enough mid-corner speed, for example, braking to here, and then picking up the throttle too early, which meant that I had oversteer through the exit as well. What I needed to do was wait to here to pick the throttle up, and then I would have a much easier time actually getting throttle through the car. And in order to do that, I needed to clear the brakes in the middle of the corner, let that big engine rise so I could trust the downforce in the middle. I'm doing this in most of the fast corners. For example, here on the entry to Beckett, I get to a decent position on the road here, but I'm not getting there fast enough because I'm not clearing the brakes and allowing the car to roll in, manipulating the balance of the car in order to keep the oversteer away by keeping the nose up high off the road. That means I was losing a bit of apex speed through all of these fast corners. In the big braking zones as well, there's a bit of a hack with these front engine GT cars. You can brake really hard because you have ABS, but then if you don't clear the brakes, you get these nasty snaps of oversteer. When I look back at this, if I'd have cleared the brake around here, for example, I might have been able to arc in to Stowe without having so much movement on the steering wheel and be able to take the mid-corner speed as well as the way in. I needed to clear the brakes a little bit more as well in club and keep that oversteer away, and that is a balance manipulation that would have helped me take a bit of time back through that section. The entry point to Abbey is now fine, but I find myself slightly too wide, which means I have to lift through the second part of this complex that begins the international lap. I could actually go flat through there if I wanted and trusted the downforce a little bit more. I'm doing a similar thing at a slower speed here in turn 4. I need to clear the brakes here, but I don't, which leaves me with that little bit of an oversteer on the way in, pushes me slightly wide of the apex, and that's what results in the traction moment through the exit and costs me a bit of time on the run down the Wellington Straight. This final couple of corners is actually okay, but I can accentuate the technique and potentially take more time, being more aggressive on the brakes into Brooklands and then lifting out of the brake pedal to make sure I keep the rear under control. There was plain more rolling speed available as well in Luffield. So all of that technical change melded together, I reckon could give me 7 or 8 tenths if I drove this car again. Thanks so much for watching, and please like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. Let's hope we get another go.